The opinions expressed are those of the program host and guest and are not those of WSTU. WSTU does not endorse products that may be mentioned. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without written consent of WSTU. The phone lines are open. Call in with your questions and comments at 220-9788. That's 220-WSTU. It's time for Stuart Laser Talk with your host, Dr. Tred J. Rosacker.
I'm 5'10" and 242 pounds.
I always say this is the biggest I'm ever going to be, and I said that like 20 pounds ago.
A third of Americans are obese, another third is overweight.
Obesity is the biggest threat to the health, welfare, and future of this country.
I've always been overweight.
I've got diabetes.
Sleep apnea,
Heart disease.
Everything's hurting now.
It's a lot easier to lose weight than it is to keep weight off.
This is probably going to be the first generation of children who are going to have a shorter life expectancy than their parents.
18% of our children right now are obese.
It's not only health, it's about survival and well-being of the United States as a nation.
You don't crave broccoli, and our generation has grown up craving a Big Mac.
I want to think that there's something better for me.
Unless we're able to control this epidemic, we're going to have an abundance of chronic disease.
All of us have to be part of the solution to reduce obesity.
The weight of the nation is out of control, but we can fix that.
If we don't now take this as a really urgent national priority, we are all going to pay a really serious price.
Obesity will crush the United States in oblivion.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Tred Rosacker, and I'm a doctor of chiropractic, and I am your host here today for the Slim Body Laser Spa's Health and Wellness Show. If you have been frustrated before and have failed at weight loss, then my FDA-cleared lipo laser could be the answer for you. At the Slim Body Laser Spa here in Stuart, you can get high-speed, high-definition, faster than ever weight loss and body slimming by signing up for my Ultimate Laser Assisted Weight Loss Program. When you come into the office, you will see my before and after pictures. I had lost 30 pounds and dropped 2 pant sizes in less than 6 weeks using my own lipo laser weight loss system. This was back in 2012. I've kept the weight off for over 5 years now, longer than that. And the 5 most important reasons to call the Slim Body Laser Spa, as you're listening, I'm going to go over here today. I have a free consultation, and you can try my unique laser-assisted weight loss system. The office is called the Slim Body Laser Spa. I'm located in Stuart on East Ocean Boulevard, right across the street from the Fresh Market at the corner of Monterey Road and East Ocean Boulevard. Our phone number is 772-223-5885. I have a website, www.slimbodylaserspa.com. You can also do drtred.com. Any combination of the two. My name, Dr. Tred, has become quite an asset because it's so unique that it gives me organic ranking on the internet just because of the uniqueness of my name. Who would have thought 58 years ago that my parents would have named me something that would help with internet marketing? I had no idea back then. I thought it was a joke. Anyway, hey, I have something really exciting to announce here today. And this has been, honest to goodness, 10 years in the making it's taken me to come up with this. And it's really something which is going to benefit all of my listeners, my clientele, people that tune in and tone in and want to get help. I now have become a whole body vibration machine distributor.
Cool. So what does that mean?
What does that mean? Yeah, I know. A whole body vibration machine. So what's happened is when I first started doing the neuropathy treatment, Michael, you know, I'm a doctor of chiropractic. And I deal with pain and stiffness and neck pain and back pain and the symptoms of nerve damage, which is a lot of people are suffering with neuropathy. And this has a lot to do with spinal problems, diabetes, high blood sugar, chemicals, chemo treatments can lead to these neuropathic pains, which are neuropathy in your feet. And 12 years ago, as part of a protocol that I was learning and training as we do with after-graduate courses you take, I had learned about the use of a whole body vibration machine. And when I thought of whole body vibration, my first knee-jerk reflex was it was dangerous. It was something that is not good for you. I mean, if you work in a factory and you're holding on to a machine or a drill that's vibrating like crazy, it's well known that that can cause nerve damage and joint problems. So excessive vibration is not such a great thing. And when I saw that the whole body vibration machine had all of these benefits of health and wellness and muscle strength and helping with circulation, it was like an antithesis. It didn't correspond with what I had known about vibration. And then I realized that really the name vibration is not a great description of what the plate is doing. It's really not vibrating you. They call it a whole body vibration, but it's not a vibrating machine. You know, it's not like you're 50 Cent in the bed, you know, when you go to the seedy hotel and they got the vibration plate that you put the quarters in the bed and it vibrates. It isn't that. It's a high acceleration plate is what it's called. High acceleration. So really what the whole body vibration machine does, I'll describe it to you. If you're familiar with a Segway, you know the Segways that people remember, Mall Cop. He stood on that Segway that drove him around the mall.
Okay.
Right? Remember that?
Yeah.
Right? You know what those are.
Absolutely.
You stand on them. A whole body vibration machine looks a lot like one of those. So it has a plate. It has a base that you stand on that's elevated about 2 feet up. You stand on it. And then
2 feet.
About a foot and a half, maybe.
Oh, I don't remember it being that big. But yeah, either way, it was.
You got to step up on it.
You definitely step up onto it.
About one step.
Yeah.
So, and you stand on it, and then some of them have a handhold that you can hold on by holding your hands out, kind of like the Segway. Other ones don't have any hand holders now. Now they're more portable. But anyway, so what the machine does is it has different speeds. You turn it on, and it has a 10-minute timer, so it runs for 10 minutes, and then it can go from a 1 up to a 99 as far as speed goes.
Ooh.
And those are different intensities. So the frequency is what they call the speed. So at 0 or 1, it's a very slow movement. So what happens is that plate that you're standing on, you separate your feet so they're fairly spread apart. And then what happens is one end of the plate goes up, and then the other one goes up, and then the other one goes up, and it alternates like a seesaw. Boom, 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 like this. And what it's doing is it's lifting your foot up about 3 inches, 2 to 3 inches up, and then the other one comes up. And it does it very quickly. So at a slow speed, which would be 10 hertz per second, which means you're getting 10 contractions per second. And then the higher speeds, it goes up to 45 to 50 hertz, which means 45 to 50 quick muscle reactions, contractions, and relaxations in within a second, which is really, really fast. Now, the machine, the way it moves you and it's causing your muscles to relax and contract, you don't feel that. What you feel is you feel it moving. And it's something which is, it's basically a balance board. You're standing on this plate, so you're balancing yourself. And when it pushes you up on the right side and then pushes you on the left side and pushes you on the right side, it's causing your body to tighten up, to contract, to not be pushed off. So if you're standing on it and you're not falling off, you are improving your balance, because that's what it does. It's pushing you left, pushing you right, up and down. It has so many different ways to describe it. But for the most part, you stand on the machine, hit the 10 minutes, and you can pick from a low speed to the higher speeds. And then it basically moves your body up and down very quickly. And this causes your muscles to contract and relax. And anytime you have muscle contraction and relaxation that's happening very fast like that, what happens is it starts to strengthen your body. It starts to increase muscle tone. It also increases circulation. At the same time, it improves your lymphatic drainage and can raise your metabolism. Standing on whole body vibration plate does not require any strenuous straining. There's no sweating. There's no perspiring. You really are standing on this plate as it's moving, and you can watch TV. It's kind of hard to read because you're moving, but you get good at it. I see a lot of people read with it.
I did try and read, and everything was kind of, my eyeballs felt like they were jostling around, but you can do it.
So so these plates are, some of them are very expensive. They can run up to $10,000, $12,000 for these high-end power plates. I'm sure if you know anything about whole body vibration, they can be really expensive. The commercial machines we used in the office for the last 10 years ran us about $2,800 to $3,000 a piece. Well, the new manufacturer, which is Slim Trim Whole Body Vibration, I have branded my own brand called Dr. Tread's Vibe Plate. Dr. Tread's Vibe Plate. And we've got the price point down to about $1,100. And it's something that is portable. You can take it home with you. You can slide it underneath the bed. It plugs into the 110. And it's got a remote control that allows you to stand up and turn it on and turn it off. It also allows you to adjust the speeds. And it has 3 programmable pre-entered protocols, which allow you to get different benefits from the whole body vibration plate. One is it goes faster and slower, and then it ramps up and it ramps down. And what happens is it can change a lot of the different speeds have to do with how it affects your body. So the lower speeds at the 1 to 10 to 15 revolutions per second, these are more for muscle flexibility, pumping of fluid, getting more movement, range of motion, freeing yourself up from stiffness. People with fibromyalgia and chronic muscular tension, tightness, get a lot of relief from the lower speeds because it's moving you back and forth quite a bit. And it's not as intense as the higher speed. Now at the middle, and so it's really a lot for, again, muscle range of motion, flexibility, and muscle soreness. And it really affects the lower extremity, the stomach, and the waist area for the most part. As you raise the speed up on a whole body vibration plate and you stand, what happens is it kind of translates the movement up higher in your body. So the medium speeds are a lot more for abdominal strengthening, core strengthening, strengthening of your back muscles, strengthening of your bladder, your bowels. People that do whole body vibration at these middle points will notice that their bowels and bladder, the internal sphincter, which tightens up, autonomically, is improved through whole body vibration. So some people will actually mention that as a result of the vibration plate, they're no longer needing to have anything to help with urine overspill, which is, if you have it, you know what I'm talking about. And it's just as a result of, because the plate is moving you and you're tightening to keep everything tight, you're actually able to exercise muscles deep in the body. And as you go into the higher speed, the medium speed starts to rehabilitate nerve damage. So these higher speeds move more into a neurological impulse, which is a much faster use of the plate, where it's moving you a lot faster. And that in results begins with helping to reestablish, to regrow, to reconnect nerve problems, nerve damage, nerve loss of sensation, and loss of connections from your brain to your feet to your postural muscles, which is how you keep your balance. You have little sensors in your feet that when you start to walk and you start to lean one way, the pressure in your feet sends messages to your brain that sends messages to your muscles of posture to correct the fact that you're leaning that way. And this is how people keep their balance. Now, when you're younger and you're, you're a kid in your teens and your 20s and 30s and 40s, you haven't had a lot of muscle damage. You have had no nerve damage. You don't have any neuropathy, and those communication pathways are clear and patent. They work very well. But as you get older, as you know, as so many of you know, you start to lose your balance. And a lot of it has the fact that your feet, brain, back to your muscles of posture has been challenged. There's been some interference. There's been some damage between those pathways. And this is the basis behind balance training. Now, if you're older and you've ever had a surgery, you've ever had back issues, chronic, back surgeries, you have been put through a very extensive rehab with balance training. And this would be the one that you stand and walk down it looks like parallel bars. You hold on with your hands. You stand on blocks that make you struggle to keep your balance. You bring your toes and heels. You stand on one leg on something called a wobble board. These are called neuroproprioceptive training. And this is something which is done at the rehabs and the physical therapy centers all around the world. And one of the benefits of a whole body vibration plate is it's a home device that you can bring home and improve your balance. Let me repeat that. You can bring it home and improve your balance. So you don't have to rely on going to the physical therapy centers for the next 6 months to help with your balance. You can do it at home with a whole body vibration plate. And if it was a medical situation and you had a diagnosis and you had a doctor that recommended it, these could actually be paid by insurance. That's how effective they are. Now, when insurance isn't going to buy one for you at home, but if it was part of a medical treatment protocol and you had a diagnosis and all the necessary parameters to be covered by insurance, the use of the plate is paid for just like a therapeutic exercise would be. So these plates have a lot of merit. And my biggest part about the vibration plates were that I've been using them in the Slim Body Laser Spa to help circulate the fatty acids, to help comply with the exercise requirement, to burn calories, and also to just have a general improvement in health. And we've been using them extensively for years and years. And a lot of our clients that finish the program or going back up north or for whatever reason can't come in, they want to buy a plate. They always ask, where can I get one of these machines? Doc, do you have a good recommendation? Now, the ones I use in the office are pricey, $3-4 grand is a lot of money to spend for something, to take home with you. So some people bought them, but a lot of people couldn't afford it. So they were going online and buying machines that you get on Amazon and these other places. And a lot of them came back with very low quality. They didn't have the strength or the selection that they had at my spa. So they were, disappointed in the machines. So they asked me my opinion again and again and again, what I should get. How much is it? Have I ever tried one? And I hadn't tried any of the ones, but those really high-end machines. So about 3 months ago, the machines that I use, they no longer make them. And so they're running out of stock. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I better find another plate. I got to find, because I need to have these work. They're a critical part of my protocol. So I went and I bought 3 different plates from 3 different manufacturers. I tested them, I used them, and I found the best one, and that's the one I have today. So I have approximately 40 of these plates in cartons. I have several demo plates that you can try. So if you'd like to come into the spa, now the beautiful thing is you can try it before you buy it. Come on into the spa. We have an area. You can see the whole body vibration plate. You can talk to me or my staff about contraindications, get a little training on it. And if you're interested, you can take one home right from the office on the spot. Again, they're about $1,200. We have, if you are listening and you'd like to send one, we will ship it. Shipping is included as long as it's a reasonable distance, less than $100, $150 to ship. I don't mind covering shipping costs. But if you're sending it to Europe or something, that's a whole nother story. So it's called a Body Vibe. And in just 10 minutes per day, It will increase your muscle flexibility and tone. 10 minutes per day can reverse osteoporosis. Just 10 minutes per day can improve circulation, increase your lymphatic flow, and improve your overall balance and reduce the harmful effects of chronic stress. Only 10 minutes per day. This is not something which is the same as an exercise machine. So it's well tolerated by people in their 80s and 90s, 70, 80, 90. We've had many people use it. People with knee replacements, hip replacements, people with neuropathy, people on medications. All you're doing is standing on it, and then it moves. Now, as any exercise machine, you have to start out slow and careful. An exercise that you're not used to doing will beat you up. You'll feel like you overdid it. So we suggest that if you're going to do whole body vibration, that you start out at the lower speeds and with your feet close together so it doesn't move as much. And then as you get used to that, then you can start separating your legs, which gives you more movement, and increasing the speeds, which increases the intensity. So those are some of the protections. You can also sit on a chair and just put your feet on it. We do that a lot. We have a chair that's like a bar stool that's kind of wide, and so it can hold your frame, and it's right behind the vibration plate in one of our rooms. And a person sits on the chair and they put their feet on the plate, and it moves. So they get the circulation from their feet without the fear of falling or having to stand up. And then what they'll do is they'll then stand up for a little bit until they feel like they need to sit down, and they can sit back, and then they can stand up and sit back. And then over time, they get to where they can stand. And it's a fantastic device on how it helps people. And again, it's available at my spa right on East Ocean Boulevard. I have some demos right on display. You can come try it, stand on it, see how it feels, meet with me, and we can see if it's something that could possibly help you. Nobody is doing this. Nobody offers these plates in our area. I've never seen one at a store. I've never seen one at a mall. I've seen them online. I've seen them at some shows, some health and wellness shows. I see them, but I've never been at an area where you can actually walk into a store, see it, touch it, feel it, try it without having to make that commitment. And I think it's going to really, really, really improve the health of Stuart, Florida. The more people that embrace whole body vibration, I know we're just going to have a healthier world all the way around.
And it's a great form of, I guess, exercise would be the right term, even though it's not like exercise. You think exercise and you think you're pouring sweat out on a bike or on a treadmill or lifting weights or any of those things. You get a lot of those benefits, but you can do it. And then, when we would go through the program there at the Slim Body Laser Spa, you go through the laser treatment, you step up onto these whole body vibration platforms, and then you head out the door and you go right to work. You don't have to shower. You don't have to throw on deodorant and cologne to cover up the sweat smell from working out or going to the gym. You can do this in the middle of your day without missing a beat. So if you are somebody who is a working professional and you're super busy, or you're taking care of kids at home and you really just don't have that much time to do the exercise and then clean up afterwards, grab one of these plates, step up on it. You're going to get a lot of benefits without the downtime of having to, shower afterwards or spending a full 30 to 60 minutes performing the exercise. And as you said, if you're an older person and you can't physically do the exercises before, just put your feet on the platform and sit in a chair and you're going to get those benefits.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's too many to even describe. It's a little overwhelming, all the different areas that it touches with people. But one of the things it does is it produces a generalized feeling of wellness. You feel relaxed, believe it or not, because it's initiating muscular contraction, which initiates a stress response, a relaxed stress response. It lowers blood pressure. It helps to relax tight muscles. It improves lymphatic flow. It also improves your balance. And what it does is it increases serotonin and increases endorphins. Now, serotonin, and it increases growth hormone and lowers cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone. And anything that lowers cortisol improves blood sugar, improves wellness and health. So what it does is it gives you the benefit of exercise without the dangerous damage that lifting weights and using high weight machines can create problems and can create damage. You know it. You've been to the gym and hurt yourself and never gone back. The chances of being hurt on a whole body vibration plate when you have some understanding of how it works are very, very minimal. And because they help with energy, they're really good for very high-end people, very successful people that do a lot of work, like at the computer, or accountants, people that sit a lot. Every 50 minutes or every hour, they could stand up, stand on the whole body vibration plate for 10 minutes and re-energize and rejuvenate their serotonin and their endorphin stores. And basically they feel better. They have more awareness, more awakeness. How much money is lost in productivity because people get sleepy at work is incredible. And so they're taking energy drinks and they're going to the coffee machine and drinking, taking caffeine. And these are all stimulants. Whole body vibration plate, 10 minutes gives you a boost of energy that only you get from exercise without sweating, perspiring, and the other parts of exercise. Now, with that said, these will not take the place of cardiovascular exercise. It does not raise your heart rate. As the same as it would if you were running or jogging. So you still need to do that.
Yes.
But it gives you so many other benefits. And again, the real value to you is you can come into the spa, give us a call, walk in. You don't need an appointment. We have the plates there. You just need to fill out a little release form to make sure that you're, there's nothing you haven't said with your health history. And you can do a demo and try it right there at the spa. Feel it, try it, see how it works for you, and you can meet with me and we can talk about it. And if you want, you can take one home today, right? I mean, I got a whole bunch of them. I placed a huge order, and so I got 40 plates available. I've already sold 4 or 5 of them to clients that I promised them to, and I don't really think they're going to last more than 4 weeks once I turn the floodgates open for these, because people have been asking me for years what I recommend, where I get the brand. And I was also able to knock the price down from the $2,000, $2,400 amounts down to the $1,200 because I was able to go directly to the manufacturer. So there you go. Whole body vibration at the Slim Body Laser Spa. So you know what I do there, right, Michael? You know what I do. I use a laser to help people to look better, to feel better, to lose weight, to lose inches. And it's safe, it's sane, it's completely revolutionizing people's choices when it comes to body sculpting, skin tightening. I don't like my belly. I want to get rid of these muffin tops. It used to be surgery. No more of that. These low-level lasers are non-invasive. And it's a non-thermal, meaning it doesn't heat up. Its approach to disorders requiring reduction of pain and inflammation. And when you need to stimulate healing and you need to stimulate tissue regeneration, low-level lasers are key at that. So it helps you reduce pain. It helps reduce inflammation. And it also helps stimulate healing and tissue regeneration with a red light. My God, that sounds too much to believe. So what you're saying, Doc, is you can take this thing that looks like a flashlight, shine it on my sprained wrist, have pain go away, inflammation reduced, and speed up healing by shining a flashlight on my wrist? Are you kidding me? It doesn't seem truthful. Well, it's science, it's technology. So what you're saying, Doc, is I've got this buildup of fatty tissue that I've been dragging along since I had my 2 kids. Everything I've done at the gym, the body wraps, the Spanx I'm wearing, nothing has changed this. I've been dealing with this for 10 or 15 years, and you're telling me that a device that almost looks like a flashlight, that you can apply that and that releases and will reduce and slim that area in 10 minutes? Are you kidding me? I got to see it to believe it. That's what happened to me. I saw it. I read about it. I'd heard about it, but I'd also read about just about everything else that ended up becoming not true. And when I went to the seminar and I sat in on the class and I started learning about low-level lasers, these red light lasers for pain relief, for reducing inflammation, for tissue regeneration, and now for the release of subcutaneous fat for weight loss, if in a perfect world, it's a perfect procedure. There's nothing comes even close to it, but it didn't really have that many people that were doing it. It was a new technology. It has FDA clearance and there's some science behind it, but it isn't by any means mainstream. And most people, when you tell them it's a low-level laser, they think it's cool sculpting. They don't even really know what it is. So I went to a class. I was at a seminar down in West Palm Beach, and it was the North American Conference of Laser Therapists. By the way, if you've just tuned in, you're listening to Dr. Tread Rissacker on the Slim Body Laser Spa Health and Wellness Show. And we do have free consultations, and we are open, man. We got a lot of openings this last week or two because it's summertime. So now would be the time to come into the Slim Body. We can work with you, work out some plans and get the fat off. And you can also be introduced to the whole body vibration plates. So it's basically the summer of 2010. And there's a conference at the Marriott at PGA, the Marriott there. And it's it's about a 200-300 doctor conference, and it's by the North American Laser Therapists Conference. And they had the National Institutes of Health and Walter Reed Army Hospital. They had several scientists there, PhDs, and people that were very aggressive in, treating spinal conditions, nerve damage, spinal cord injuries, along with traumatic brain injury. As a result of our wars and the result of all these soldiers going over to the Mideast and having explosions next to them and head injuries, Walter Reed Army Hospital has been filled with traumatic brain injury. And oftentimes the person looks perfectly normal, but the concussion from that boom affects their cognitive ability, how their ability to think, their ability to process information. It affects their emotions. And it's something which has to do with traumatic brain injury. Really, really difficult to treat, people. You know that. I mean, how do you get in there and heal somebody who had a concussion that damaged the outer meninges of their brain? I mean, let's be realistic. These people are permanently disabled. So here's what they're doing. They're taking low-level laser energy, the same stuff I'm using at the Slim Body Laser Spa, the same wavelength and the same laser that I use for pain relief and for neuropathy and for failed back surgeries. This same red light, when applied to somebody's skull, they have it looks like a bathing cap, like a bathing cap, that you'd see back in the old days in pools. And within the bathing cap, they have like 100 laser diodes embedded in that cap. And then it's plugged in basically. And this red light, which is completely safe, non-invasive, doesn't cause cancer, completely changes the brain activity while it's being worn by the patient. So when they have this cap on, which uses red laser light to go through the skull into the brain tissue about an inch, it stimulates nutrition, it stimulates blood flow, it helps remove the toxins that are produced through normal tissue metabolism. Basically, their cognitive abilities improve, their emotions improve, their ability to plan and to think ahead improves, and they become fairly normal functioning people after a traumatic brain injury by using red laser light. So at this seminar I'm at back in 2010 with about 200 other doctors, this doctor got up and she's explaining how they're regenerating spinal cord damage. Severed spinal cords are able to influence reconnecting these severed tissues by using red laser light. Now, who could have ever imagined in 100,000 years that a spinal cord injury could actually possibly be reconnected and healed by the use of the sun, light that comes from above? If Christopher Reeves had known about it, I bet he would have done it when he broke his neck in that accident. So what they did was they actually had studied it on little lovely rabbits, but rabbits seem to be sacrificed quite a bit at these scientific centers. So basically what they did was they had a little machine that severed the cord, and then they applied the red laser light immediately after the injury. And then they did it, a day later, 3 days later, a week later. And what they found was if they did it the same right after it happened, that they could influence dendrites, which are the nerve axons, how nerves connect to one another, that they could influence the reconnection of the spinal cord damage can start to repair itself if they applied the laser immediately after the injury. 2 or 3 days later, the laser was not as effective at regrowing these dendrites. 2 to 3 weeks, a month later, it was completely it didn't do anything. And what they found out was that the laser isn't really regrowing tissue. What it's doing is it's reducing inflammation. So the injury, boom, that crushing injury, which they did to these little rabbits, or the injury that could happen on the battlefield where you get your spine crushed or injured, the laser has to be applied immediately to reduce inflammation and to reduce the swelling. That allows the body to regenerate and heal itself along with the laser's help. So I'm at this seminar. I watched this study. They show the video slides, the micro electron microscopic slides, and showing this stuff connecting together. And I was sitting there back in 2010 as a chiropractor, and to say I was excited is an understatement, because this is technology which I can use. This is technology within the scope of my license as a chiropractor. I'm not a surgeon. I'm not a neurologist. I'm a chiropractor, and we deal with natural things and natural solutions for chronic and acute problems. And when I saw that a laser could be used after a spinal cord injury to help regrow tissue, I was like, wow, I couldn't believe it. And that was a big push for me. Why I'm here today, 7 years later, still talking about this, still carrying this message for your benefit. So we're using it to reduce fat, to reduce inches, and we're also using it for healing and for speeding up recovery time. The pain laser and the neuropathy lasers are being used in the Jensen Beach location at the Better Care Chiropractic Care. A Better Life Chiropractic Center, which is owned by my brother, Dr. Todd Rissacker, and Dr. Caroline Rissacker. They have a desire to help people with neck and back injuries, and they're using the laser to do that. And of course, you can always get that referral from my Slim Body Laser Spa. I'm using the low-level laser therapy more specifically for fat reduction and for body sculpting and for weight loss, because it's something which I believe is nobody's helping anybody with. And however, I'm still available for chronic, severe back conditions which aren't healing. The laser can help heal. If you've had failed back surgery, maybe you've got herniated and bulging discs. Maybe you have disc herniation at multiple levels, disc bulging at one or more spinal levels. Maybe you're suffering with leg and foot neuropathy with weakness, spinal stenosis, spinal arthritis, spondylosis, and you're not getting better and you're tired of taking opiates and pain pills and all the stuff that the medical profession seems to champion, you might benefit from the laser healing system. We can handle failed back surgeries. We can sometimes reverse disc damage. Squeezed discs can be unsqueezed by using safe chiropractic and decompression techniques. Spinal nerve root impingement, where the spinal nerves are being pinched, can be reduced. Nerve damage can be healed. Neuropathic pain eliminated or reduced. Increased strength and improved balance. Whole body vibration. Spinal laser therapy. Decompression, chiropractic. This is a comprehensive approach to a very chronic problem that nobody's really helping people with. So, I've spent 31 years becoming an expert on back pain. And now today I've found a solution which I believe is not available anywhere else. And that is the use of these lasers along with common sense, nutrition, wellness, exercise, alignment, and you got it. And you end up with something which is really quite amazing, heals, repairs tissue. At the Treasure Coast, we are the #1 laser body slimming center probably in the whole South Florida area. I'm looking at some paperwork I had done a couple of years back, and it said I treated over 3,500 clients. Now we're up to 5,000 clients. You can get results at the Slim Body Laser Spa the exact same day. You don't have to wait for the tissues to heal or wait for the gauze to stop oozing fluid or wait for the inflammation to go down. There's no downtime. There's no inflammation. You just get results each day. 9 sessions. 3 days a week for 3 weeks. You lose about an inch each time. After 9 sessions, you lose 6 to 9 inches. You can listen to music, lay on your back, text, sleep. No pain. There's no downtime. There's no suffering at all. It's non-surgical. It's completely non-invasive. It's a laser, and it accomplishes body sculpting and along with spot fat reduction. This is FDA cleared laser therapy. The FDA has determined it's safe, and which is a really good thing. And we can help you to shed unwanted fat anywhere you desire in 9 sessions or 3 weeks. Free consultation, 9-session plan, easily and effortlessly lose 3 to 9 inches. It's incredible. So, where we're located, Stewart, across from the Fresh Market. So one of the issues, I have another 10 minutes or so here. I promised one of my clients that I would go over a little bit about our nutritional programs that we offer at the spa. We're not really doing, we are doing nutritional suggestions and nutritional issue, but one of the biggest problems we're having today is diabetes. Diabetes has grown in severity and complexity and in occurrence, so much so that it has to be talked about every single day. You need to understand that more than 50% of you, listen, if you're an adult and you live in the USA, okay, and you're overweight, which is 80% of our country, 80% of all adults, men, women, whether you live in Louisiana or you live in Colorado, which is supposed to be super healthy, 80% of you are overweight. From that 80%, 50% of that 80 are either borderline diabetic, pre-diabetic, or full-blown diabetes. That should shock you. If you take 10 people, 8 of 10 are overweight. Out of that 8, 4 of those are borderline diabetic, moving into blood sugar issues, moving into metformin and glipizide, and all of the problems that come with diabetes, the neuropathy, the pain in the feet, the vision disturbances, the frequent urination, the being tired and being lethargic because of the blood sugar. This is it affects your metabolism, and over time, it's really incurable. If you wait too long, it becomes incurable. However, listen closely. If you're newly diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, now this is the one that is non-insulin dependent. This is the one that's considered lifestyle. It's called adult onset is what they used to call it. Now it's called type 2 because it's affecting kids also. But this is the one who the doctor says, you got to lose weight, you got to exercise more, you got to cut out the sugar, stay away from the wheat and flour products, and maybe you can not have to take these drugs. That's the diabetes we're talking about here. Less than 5 years, newly diagnosed, and you're overweight. If you lose 10% of your body fat, if you lose weight and increase your activity, you have a 60 to 70% chance of reversing and completely correcting type 2 diabetes. That is powerful. Now, I have 3 articles right here in front of me, peer-referenced journals from medical doctors that prove that you can reverse type 2 diabetes through exercise and healthy eating. So, with certain lifestyle changes, these are key to managing diabetes. Whether you can actually turn back the clock so it's like you never had diabetes is a different matter. It requires to turn it back and to remove it depends on how long you've had the condition, how severe it is, and your genetic makeup. So the term reversal is used when people can get off medication, but still must engage in a lifestyle program in order to stay off. That is me. That's what happened to me, you guys. All right. If you've listened to my radio program enough, you know that I suffered with type 2 diabetes. It happened fairly suddenly back in 2009, 2010. Now I'm being introduced to lasers. I've got my own fat laser and I'm in trouble. In 2012, my weight's 265. My blood sugar is running in the 300s. And I got type 2 diabetes. I mean, I could deny it. I thought it was just the fact that I was working outside and I was very thirsty, that maybe it's an aging thing I'm getting where I have to eat to feel better. I couldn't imagine it was type 2 diabetes. I really couldn't. So if a doctor who's trained in medical treatment doesn't realize it's diabetes, think of the normal person out in the real world who's walking around with these symptoms. So what I did is I lost weight. I got on the laser. You've heard my story. I did 4 weeks of laser treatment. I came 3 times a week for 4 weeks, which is 12 sessions. Our plan is 9, but I did 12. I went from a 40 waist to a 36 waist size in 4 weeks. Lost about 6 pounds. Was eating better, cut out the sugars, refined carbohydrates, increased my protein, and ate underneath my BMR, which is my resting caloric intake. So my BMR was 2,400 calories per day. That's how many calories I burn at rest. In order to lose weight, I needed to eat less than that amount. So I targeted my intake about 2,000 calories. And I split it into 6 equal meals. Breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack. Each one of those intervals, I ate about 300 calories. 300 for breakfast, 300 for snack. That's 6. Lunch was 300. Snack was another 300. Now we're up to 1,200 calories. Another 300 for dinner, 1,800. And then another 3 approximately for my snack. That brought me to 2,000 calories. Okay. I did that for 3 months following my laser treatment. I lost 10 pounds a month each month for 3 months. So when you combine the 3 months of weight loss with the 1 month on the laser, I lost 38 pounds, dropped 4 inches in girth, and completely relieved my diabetic symptoms. I mean, I felt better. The thirst went away. The vision cleared up. My energy zoomed back to where it was before I had become high in blood sugar. And things, I thought I had it beat. Never took any medications and went around and told everybody, hey, man, I kicked it. I beat it. Well, about 2 years later, my blood pressure, my blood sugar started to creep up again. And I hadn't gained the weight back. I'm exercising a lot more. And I go to treat it naturally. And the doc's like, it's not coming down. You got to think about taking some medication. I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me? I thought I reversed this 2 years ago. Well, it seems I have a genetic marker for diabetes. It isn't all weight, although it's a lot of it. So this line that she said, so yeah, I'm a type 2 diabetic. However, it is manageable with food now. In other words, my lifestyle program is keeping it normal, where before, when I had the extra weight and I hadn't managed this, there was nothing I could do to fix it. I was going to die with it. Now I'm healthy. So the term reversal is used when people can go off medication, but still must engage in a lifestyle program in order to stay off. Shedding extra pounds and keeping them off can help you better control your blood sugar. For some people, reaching a healthier weight will mean taking fewer medications, or in rarer cases, no longer ever needing those medications at all. So losing 5 to 10% of your body weight and building up to 150 minutes of exercise a week may help you to slow or stop the progress of type 2 diabetes. If you're sitting, which means inactive most of the day, 5 or 10 minutes is going to be great for you. Walk to your mailbox. Do something that gets you moving. Try a whole body vibration plate. It moves you. You just stand on it. It's one of the benefits of vibration. The proof. In one study, people with type 2 diabetes exercised for about 175 minutes a week, limited their calories to 1,800 per day, and got weekly counseling on lifestyle changes. Within a year, 10% got off their diabetes medication or improved to the point where their blood sugar was no longer in the diabetes range and was instead classified as pre-diabetes. Results were best for those who lost most weight or who started the program with less severe or newly diagnosed diabetes. Please, 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 I'm going to get on my knee in front of the mic here and pray that you do something positive for your diabetes. Do not think because you're on metformin glipizide that you got this thing covered. You don't. You need lifestyle changes along with medication for most of you out there, because the problem with medication is it can affect your liver. It affects your kidneys. It makes you rot from the inside. It's a temporary solution for a chronic problem, and over time, the solution becomes the problem. So call Slim Body. Come in, find out about whole body vibration. Come in, look at the procedure we do. I can help you lose weight, body sculpt, get energy, have a home exercise machine. It don't get any better than this. I've never, ever, ever been able to offer this as I can today. You got to give us a call. drtred.com, slimbodylaserspa.com. 772-223-5885. Get in your car. Come to the spa. We're located right across from the Fresh Market on East Ocean Boulevard, next to Carmela's. Come in for a consult. Go have pizza next door. What's better than that? Hey, you can't please everybody. You're not pizza, right?
That's right. I love that quote.
I love that quote. It's right next to us. Okay, so I really appreciate you so much. I can't tell you how energized and happy I am to be here on the radio. And I will see you next week. Stay cool. Bye-bye.